Actually, I don't need these. Yeah. Hello. Today I decided to make a rather spontaneous live stream. I will have to find the best time for me to make them regularly. Hello, how are you doing? Where are you from? What time is it where you are? I am in Germany, so now it is 3 p.m. And whenever you watch this and recording, welcome, hello, have a good day, have a good morning, evening. Actually, when you say in English have a good day, it means I'm saying goodbye. I'm actually saying hello. So good day and good evening to everybody. Today's topic is how to start, where to start the empowerment of transgender people. I'm a trans man, and I have started my transition 7.5 years ago, and I've been, empowering transgender people by showing them my own example, by sharing my story, and by showing what, in my opinion, is most valuable, and that is authenticity and being true to yourself. And starting there, it only is possible to actually really open up and to live to your fullest potential. And I strongly believe that transgender people can get there. There are transgender people who are truly themselves, who truly live their authentic life, and who reach huge goals for themselves, and that's amazing. However, there are many transgender people with a really low self-esteem, really low confidence, and who are really not living to their fullest potential, and who are not empowered. So in my opinion, this is what needs to be. We need to empower each other, and I would like to share with you some ideas I have. So one thing, of course, is to share each other's stories and be visible, because only when we are visible, we are not hiding, which is logical, but not only is this important for cisgender people to see us and to know that we are not some kind of weird animals who it's difficult to understand who and what they are, which is, the more we show ourselves, the more we open up, the less it is weird, because it becomes normal. We are just like everybody else. We're just a little bit different. However, on the other hand, it is very important to show visibility, because other transgender people who are just in the beginning of the journey will see that, and will see that it's okay to be out there, and that everything is good, basically. Like when I show that I am happy in my life, then other transgender people who may be doubtful about if they can ever be happy, they will see that it's actually possible. But today I wanted to talk to you about something. I wanted to dive deeper. I want to dive deeper into psychology. And you might have followed my previous Instagram posts, where you could see that I have started a course, an online and a live course with Marisa Peer. Marisa Peer is a very known hypnotherapist. She has started her career about 35 years ago, and she's very experienced, and her course has become very, very many awards for being just amazing, because it's called RTT, Rapid Transformational Therapy, and it helps people to transform fast, rapidly, right? That's the name. And what we learn from her, and I'm going to share with you things which are on YouTube, but then I will take them and explain how I see how we can apply those things on with helping transgender people. Because when she speaks on YouTube, and she gives tons of interviews, she speaks about all people. And I would like to just share what she says and apply this for us, transgender people. So one thing she says, well, three things. She says there are three things which can be wrong with us. And that's the feeling of not being enough, the feeling of being different, and the feeling that what I want isn't available to me. And this could be just one of those things, could be two, could be all three. And because of that, people would sabotage themselves, their own possibility of living to their fullest potential, which is where I started today. And when we speak about transgender people, it becomes totally obvious when we speak about not being enough, because it's so common that as a trans person you just tend to think, well, I'm just so like let's give it an example. Not if I speak about an FTM, who I am, female to male, trans man, I'm not man enough, I could think, because I would compare myself to cis men, and I would think and I would conclude there is something they have and I don't have, so I'm not like them, so I'm not enough. And then I could think that other people don't perceive me as the real man if they know that I'm transgender man. And that feeling, it is so deep inside that it doesn't even matter what other people say. It can matter, but it doesn't necessarily matter, because the most important thing is what we say to ourselves and what we think about ourselves. And I already striked on the difference. I said, if we feel that we are different from the others, of course, if we take a cis man, he would have male genitalia, and as a trans man, well, I was born with female genitalia. At least that's what the division which is common in our, let's say, society. There are, of course, now, thankfully, countries which include a third definition, a third gender, etc., etc. And there are intersex differences which are becoming more and more not just known to the general public, but also included into the normality, I would say, in the medical sphere too, because there still are, but in the past there were many surgeries on babies when they were born with ambivalent genitalia. So let's go back. Let's say I was born with this so-called female genitalia, and I find out at some point in my life that that means something, and my feeling, however, tells me otherwise. So what do I know? What do I think then? What do I make out of that? And what a child makes out of what they feel, and when they compare that with something other people say, the child automatically thinks that there's something wrong with them. A child, when I speak about a child, it means somewhere before they're 7 years old. So that difference, feeling that they are different, makes them feel weaker, smaller, unimportant, not enough. So they're kind of intertwined in this sense. And then there's the third one, which is totally intertwined with those two. What I want isn't available to me. So when I realize at some point that my gender identity, what I feel who I am, a man, a boy, isn't perceived from the outer world the same as what I perceive, then I think that there's something wrong with me, and there's this so-called learned helplessness. And I learn that I must prove them that I am a man or a boy, but I can't, because all that counts for the general public, let's say, are the genitalia. Yeah. So the baby is born, they assign female or male, right? So, and in that, there is the self-esteem goes down, because I feel something, but I can't express it, and if I do, I get rejected. So self-esteem goes down, and I learn to not speak up for myself. I learn to not talk about this. I learn not to say what I actually feel. And that's how authenticity gets lost on the way. And there we are at the beginning. So in my opinion, where do we start when we want to empower transgender people? I think we have to start with those three things. With the feeling I'm not enough, the feeling I'm different, and the feeling what I want isn't available to me. And we start by changing the way how we talk to ourselves. Because it doesn't matter anymore what other people told me when I was a child. It doesn't matter anymore, because I'm not a child anymore, and I'm not a dependent child anymore. I'm not dependent on my parents anymore. So if I say to myself that I matter, if I say to myself that I am a boy, then my feelings matter, and if I feel that I'm a boy, then that is the truth. Then this is the self-empowerment, basically. Then feeling different is the problem about feeling different is the lack of connection, and that's we feel that when we are rejected, when we open up and we feel rejected. And what to do there is to find the empowerment. There is to understand that the first connection which we have to build is the connection with our true self. Yeah. And then what I want isn't available to me. That's exactly we have to turn that around and ask ourselves, what is it that I want? And why do I think that I want it? Do I really want it? Is it really something I want, or is it something that I learned to want? That's one thing. The other thing is, I'll give an example. I learned that I want a penis, let's say, because I learned that boys have penises. Yeah, the simplest example. However, later in life, very late in life, in my life, I learned that a penis doesn't make the man. Or there are men without penises, for example. Still, in our society, it is a very, very tough topic. And so I still might consider that I want the penis. So then we look at the second part of the sentence. What I want isn't available to me. So we have looked at the what I want. Did I really want it, or did society tell me that I have to want it? Let's say, okay, in this case, there was so much pressure, probably, from the society onto me, that I decided, yes, I really want this. Then the second half of the sentence, that it isn't available to me, I thought that for my whole life, that's not available to me. So then, now I'm an adult, and that's actually available to me. In a slightly different form, through surgeries, but it is available. Okay, so the empowerment in this case is to see that there are other ways of reaching the goal, and the goal is to loving yourself and accepting yourself and moving forward. So you accept yourself as a man without the penis first, and then you move forward by taking steps towards gender assignment surgeries, maybe, or maybe you don't, right? So yeah, that's all so far. And what I also wanted to add is I will be giving hypnotherapy sessions soon, and first sessions will be for free. I don't know how many, but stay tuned and check my stories, check my posts. I will definitely announce that. See you next time. Bye bye. And stay awesome. Yeah, that's my last, not bye bye. Stay awesome.